This is going to be an awesome little build.
Rotted.
What is going on, guys? It is Mitch from Live for Today, back for another video. If you guys saw that thumbnail or read the title, you know this is going to be an awesome little build. This is going to be a fiberglass John boat rebuild. We did all of the work ourselves, which some of it somewhat questionable, but at the end of the day, it actually came out really good, and I'm super excited to share it with you guys. If you guys are new to the channel, again, my name is Mitch, and our goal in this channel is to entertain and inspire you guys to just get out and live life. That being said, let's dive into the video. Unfortunately, some of the clips I did get when we were first shooting the beginning of this build were corrupted, and I was not able to recover them, which basically includes the bow, a lot of the structural work we did on the bow. I have a couple pictures I'm gonna go ahead and put up right now to show you what it looked like beforehand. And here is kind of a mid-build when we first started really digging in deep. So what we did is remove the old fiberglass bow that was kind of concaved and curved. We dug out all the old foam that was inside that, and we left that vertical sheet of fiberglass there kind of as our backbone for this entire build. And what we did, so if you can see through this picture, we used a bunch of 2x2s to kind of build the support, and we stacked them in a whole bunch of various ways. Let's see if I can go ahead and put up another picture to give you guys a better visual of what we did.
Well, Mitchell wanted to take the old 1967 Cacci craft fishing. This is a cool little boat. It's only 11 feet long. Under here is all live well. There's holes in the bottom, so when you're fishing, you don't need an aerator. It's just the water flows through the bottom. Lift this up to net your bait out. Problem is, there was a little bit of rot. This front was all rotten. As you can see, we put some 1/4-inch plywood here, and we put some woods, boards under it strategically for more support. And we just now laid some fiberglass on the vertical surface. The glass we bought, the sheet wasn't big enough to do the whole thing, so we're gonna have to do this one in 2 steps. And after we finish this, we got a lot of small areas, like this oar lock where we put a small one today when we had the boat upside down. And this needs some rebuilding as well. There's still a lot of work to be done, but this is a really good little boat. Last time I had it out was about a little over 20 years ago. With myself, Kenneth K., Bruce Hawkins, rest in peace, Bruce. 3 of us went out to Shell Key. We had this boat loaded, 3 big adults, lots of firewood, a huge cooler full of beer, and we spent, 2 nights and 3 days out there. The little boat did just fine. Although it said 600 pounds is the maximum load, we probably had 800 pounds, and there was no problem whatsoever.
Again, this is a V-hull boat, so it was kind of tricky. This is how we did it. So once we had the structure of the bow put together, we went ahead and filmed it with new foam so it would be buoyant and float. Then once we did that, we were able to cut out our pieces of 1/4-inch plywood. We laid our fiberglass and got to work. Throughout this video, I am going to go ahead and put up on screen some of the materials we used. I do have clips of those, so some of the materials we used and the prices of those. I'm also going to go ahead and put all of that down below in the description, a full detailed list of everything, how much money we spent. So if you guys are doing a similar project, you might have an idea of what you're going to spend. And if you guys know the cost of materials nowadays with anything, with the housing market the way it is just outrageous. But to add to that, obviously, boat prices themselves nowadays are outrageous. So pick your poison. Again, the idea of this video is just to inspire you guys to work on some of your projects. I know you guys have them at home. You've been looking at them, sitting on them for years. Just go do them. Anyways, we're taking it from this. We're going to turn it into this. Here's some of the clips I got that weren't corrupted, that really starts the build and where we can really dive deep into this project. And let me tell you, it was a lot of fun. It was a father-son build, and it was just kick-ass, and I hope you guys like it. Check it out. Like I previously stated, I did lose some of the video clips due to corruption. However, at this point in the build, we just finished the bow and we're moving on to the rear bench seat. So right now we're just getting our measurements right, cutting our 1/4-inch plywood that we're gonna go ahead and size up to put on the sides of the rear bench, and then the transom.
Rotted, 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 and just rotted and gone. Condensation.
Boom.
Everything can get tossed except, of course, the plug and those 3 pieces that were on the top. When we reform it,
Yeah.
I'll make sure we have crossboard here, 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 and there. And we will set those in place and glass over them. Then we'll put the wood on and glass over the wood.
Basically just need to round this off.
Uno más. Do that till we cut it.
Yep.
Let that go for now.
Did that just fit perfectly? Wow. Oh yeah. So the progress for today, we got all the structure done for the rear seat, stuff with foam, and now we're about to fit some plates, the old fiberglass plates that were on it. We're gonna use that, and then the structure, the exterior wood we cut out last week, we're gonna go ahead and put those in place, and then fiberglass the whole thing, and the rear seat should be done.
All right, you want to pull these back so I can wet it down in front or somewhere? I need to start wetting it real fast.
Go away, ladybug. Another small piece on that back side.
Lay them out. Yeah, yeah. Get the back side here.
So, as you guys saw, we laid everything down. Unfortunately, this is not as flat as we'd like, so we've got quite a bit of sanding and grinding to get a lot of these edges down, so we can go ahead and put these side supports in, put our top, glass that, and that'll be completely done. Not pretty by any means, but it will work, get the job done.
this one you'll be able to see pretty much on each end where you're going to need to trim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it drops down. You can probably look at probably a little bit on each of these front corners would be what you need. This will drop down real nice.
Nice.
There we go.
Next up, we're gonna go ahead and glass that rear seat. You definitely want to cut your fiberglass ahead of time and make sure it's all sized up correctly.
It's gel.
One little touch up.
Well, we're definitely doing touch up on this seat, even after we put the center on, which I guess we can do next.
I gotta get ready for work.
All right, let's go. Are you ready?
Now we're on to the transom, and for this portion of the build, I was actually at work when my dad did this. However, I'll run you through what happened. What he did was filled it with new wood and then used liquid nails as seen here and kind of filled in the gaps. Once that was done, he went ahead and glassed the entire thing, had pressure clamps on it. It's been great so far. Like I said earlier, we sanded it, and Rust-oleum recommends 80 to 120 grit on this, and that's exactly what we used. Gave it a nice light sanding all the way through, wiped it down with a nice clean rag to remove any kind of particles and debris. So it's time to get to it. Take your time stirring this, because when you first open this up, it's going to be a nice little brown hue. So you really want to pull that stuff up from the bottom, as you can see. Picked it up at Lowe's. I know I need something to stir it though.
I thought you already did.
Oh, no, no, no.
The bottom is still thick.
I mean, I'm gonna be stirring it for 30 minutes. That's the work I've done so far in probably 45 minutes or so. Remember, it's just a primer, so you don't have to be complete Picasso on this. Tip I want to mention that I just noticed, and I've never done this before, but just doing it, obviously you learn. You notice right here how it's kind of patchy. If you're going in one direction, it's going to be patchy, just with the way fiberglass is. So once you do that initial, up down, you want to come back and hit it with a side to side as well, and that way you're going to get more of a full coverage on that primer. Here's what's going on. So as you guys can see, we are still working on the 67 Cacci Craft boat build. So far, it's going great. It's taking a lot longer than expected, which, like most rehabs and projects, they tend to do. So here's what we've done so far. We've taken this old boat, reconstructed the entire bow, rear seat, transom, boom, boom, boom. Got the structure done, got it all glassed. So structurally, it's great. It's ready to roll. Now, sanded the entire thing using 80 to 120 grit sandpaper. That was a lot of work, like most paint prep work is. Next up, as you can see, we just finished priming the entire boat. I did kind of like roughly 2 layers. The second layer was really light. It was just kind of sprinkling some paint here and there.
but so far it looks really good. And today we are going to be finishing the paint on the top of the boat. I'm super excited because once we do that, it's water ready. Strap the motor on and get it in water. Psyched. If you guys have liked the project so far, make sure you subscribe and like the video. Really helps a lot, and the support goes a long way. There it is. This is going to be the paint we're going to be using for the top of the boat. Rust-oleum, topside. Of course, topside meaning it's going to be above the water line. Got it primed, ready to roll. We're going to go ahead and put it in our jug to make it easier to spread. Crack this puppy open. Pop, pop, pop. Beautiful. 2 cans of these. These are just 1 quart, so I got 2 quarts, and that should cover the entire boat. A good pro tip, as you can see how they were upside down, to avoid, or I guess reduce the time you have to spend mixing, before you use them, like the night before, go ahead and set them upside down. You'll do yourself a big favor.
Trusty old timer, been in my pocket since when did I start at the shipyard? 1990.
It's been a minute. New motor unboxing.
Oh, exciting!
There she is in all her glory.
Look at that.
This is what's going to come in the box.
It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Exactly. Good, nice handles. Very nice. Very nice. Alright. Well, Johnson, 9.5 horsepower used to sit on this one. 1965 Johnson.
Replacing it with a brand new 6 horsepower, 4-stroke TOHATSU.
4-stroke, woohoo, good on gas.
There's that fuel tank. This is something else that is included.
Too cool.
What else we got in this box?
Oh, extra spark plug, awesome. Lanyard, I'm guessing the lanyard's probably for the kill switch, whatever, in case you fall out of your boat. It'll stop and not run you over. Fuel line. Okay, it's very, very common. And, ooh, this feels like a toolkit.
That looks like a toolkit. Nice, shiny, brand new tools.
Totally floored. Yay!
Go ahead and drop a sub if you're stoked for us.
The trailer is pretty much the same deal with the transom. My dad did that while I was working on other things and or at work. So for this, the trailer is a 1974 Murray, and I may have misspoken on the exact date of that earlier in the build. We needed to replace was the entire rear axle, new hubs, wheels, springs, U-bolts. We already had new trailer lights. Here's a complete list of everything we replaced. I mean, it was a lot of stuff, and the trailer totaled $582.13, including everything, even the registration. The thing about the trailer is it's basically just removing old parts and putting new ones on. It was pretty much a plug and play kind of thing.
anyone can do it. Alright guys, that is going to bring this build to an end. I am going to post another video when we do actually paint the entire bottom of the boat, just to give you guys an idea of how we go about doing that and you know what it's going to look like at the very end. Again, if you have any questions, go ahead, comment down below with anything you have in mind, maybe something we missed. I'd love to help you guys out, answer those questions. We took the boat out last week and we had an absolute blast, so it does float, it works great. Got some fish in the boat, it was a lot of fun. I'm gonna go ahead and start editing that video. In the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. That being said, I'm Mitch, and don't forget to live for today. See you guys next time.